Hello students, welcome back. So today we are going to start another topic, that is angiosperms. Already in the previous sessions we have covered Thallophyta, then Bryophyta, then Pteridophyta, then Gymnospermy, then angiospermy. So these angiospermic plants are the higher plants and they are evolved from the previous one. Right? So as we have discussed in the Thallophyta, in case of Thallophyta, they were the aquatic. As the evolution will take place, the things will become more and more complicated. So here, in case of angiosperms, the structure will get more advanced. Right? So one by one, we will discuss about the general characteristics of angiosperms and what are the distinct feature of this angiospermic plants. Right? So let's start with the first point, that angiosperms. This Greek word is divided into two parts. We have split it, that is angion and sperma. What is the meaning of angion? It means that container or vessel. It means that another one is the sperma, which is known as seed. So these seeds are covered, or these seeds are present or contained in some vessels. Right? So that's why it got its name angiosperms. It means that seeds are covered and seeds are present inside some container like structure. Okay, now if you will recall the gymnosperms, they were also the higher plants, but those in the gymnosperm, the seeds were the naked, but here the seeds are covered by some fruit. So same thing written here, the seed bearing or the flowering plants. So when there will be formation of seed, when there will be flowering. Okay, and the seeds which are developing here, they are enclosed in a fruit. Right? And these are seeds of what? These seeds are formed by the ovule, and the ovary will develop into the fruits which contain those seeds in its shape. Right? So here we can say that these angiosperms are the seed bearing plants. Now again we will discuss about the habitat, where you can find these angiosperms. So whenever there is a thing about habitat, we can say they can be present anywhere. Okay, they are widely distributed all along the globe. आपको angiospermic plant हर जगह दिखते हैं. Okay, as well as this angiosperm, it is the largest group of plants. As we have done in case of Thallophyta, we said that algae are present widely distributed all over the globe. So along with the algae, these angiosperms are also the largest group of plants. हमने plant kingdom पढ़ा. Plant kingdom में हमने different Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms, Angiosperm पढ़े. So now we can say that out of them, this angiospermic group is the largest one. जितने भी angiospermic plants हैं वो सबसे ज़्यादा हैं. Right? One more important point about these this group is that if you will see the species, plant species, so again these plant species having the largest group in the plant kingdom. Okay, now what would be the plant body? Plant body कैसी होगी? If you will again recall the previous one we have done, the plant body was diploid and it was also sporophytic. But if you will see the lower plants, they were the haploid and they were the gametophytic. आपने पढ़ा था कि Thallophyta से Bryophyta, Pteridophyta जो कि lower organisms थे, उसमें आप क्या देख रहे थे कि उनमें प्लॉइडी लेवल कैसा था? हैप्लॉइड था. जैसे जैसे एवोल्यूशन हुआ, the structure will become diploid and this diploid is known as sporophytic. हमने किया है कि sporophytic क्या है? Diploid condition, and gametophytic it is a haploid condition. And what is the function of the sporophytic? Forming the spores. So what type of spores it will form here? Male as well as female. Now one important thing I have written here, if we will talk about the smallest angiosperms, सबसे छोटे एंजियोस्पर्म्स का एग्जाम्पल क्या है? वुल्फिया. right? And the tallest angiosperm example is eucalyptus, and both comes under the angiospermic plants. Okay, so this question is very important from the MCQ point of view. So you have to memorize this thing. Fine. Now, what about the leaves of the angiosperms? As we have done in case of gymnosperms, the leaves were like needle-like appearance, okay, to maintain the water level so that it cannot be evaporated. But here, if you will see the leaves can be simple or it may be compound, right? And now, very important thing about the angiosperm, that vascular tissues. These vascular tissue were not well developed, or we can say they were the absent in the lower plants. Lower plants में क्या था? Vascular tissue नहीं थे. Xylem and phloem present नहीं थे. Therefore there would be no water conduction. इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा कि जितने भी lower organism थे कैसे थे वो? छोटे छोटे height में. Okay? So here, if you will talk about the gymnosperm and angiosperm, okay, so out of them, the angiosperm having the well-developed vascular system. It means that the proper xylem and phloem are present, and among them, this xylem having the vessels, so that the water can conduct properly throughout the plants, right? And the phloem having sieve tubes as well as companion cell. So we can say that in case of angiosperm, the proper xylem and phloem are present for the conduction of water, minerals and food, right? Now another one on the basis of cotyledons. Okay, so again we have classified this angiosperm, or we can say angiospermy, into two classes. Okay, what are they? Monocotyledons as well as dicotyledon. And how we have classified? हमने इनको classify कैसे किया? On the basis of cotyledon, as it is written that mono means single, cotyledon, and di means two, and cotyledon. Okay, so on the basis of cotyledons, we have classified these angiospermic plants into monocot as well as dicot. So now the question arises that what is the difference between monocot and dicot? Okay, so how you can identify that it is monocot and it is dicot? हमेशा आपके पास सीड तो नहीं होगा कि आपने देखा कि सीड में cotyledon 1 है या cotyledon 2 है. So there may be some more differentiating feature. हमारे पास क्या होना चाहिए? ज़्यादा differentiating features होने चाहिए. On the basis of what we can say it is a monocot plant and it is a dicot plant. राइट, अगर किसी गार्डन में अगर आप देख रहे हैं, किचन गार्डन और वी कैन से नॉर्मली गार्डन, हाउ यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई दैट प्लांट इज मोनोकॉट? सीड का वेट तो आप करोगे नहीं. सो हियर आर सम डिफरेंशिएटिंग फीचर. द फर्स्ट वन आई हैव रिटन fibrous root system. If you will see the monocotyledon plant, okay, here I am quoting one example in case of wheat, rice or maize. All these are monocotyledons. These are the examples of monocotyledon. And if you will see the root system, it will be fibrous. कैसे होंगे? Fiber like. Okay. And if in case of dicot, there would be proper taproot system which will arises from the radical part. Okay. There will be no that fiber like structure. It will divide into proper branching. Right. So here we can say in case of monocot, root system will be fibrous, and here in case of dicot it would be taproot system. Okay, now if we'll talk about the leaves of the monocotyledon plants having some different structure. अगर आप देखेंगे monocotyledons, for example wheat, rice और maize, इसमें आपको proper petiole present नहीं होगा. For example, if it is a plant, you can see that the leaves are arises like this. Okay, इनमें क्या है? पेटियोल नहीं है. जो भी leaves arise हो रही है वो कहाँ से हो रही है? बेस से. That's why I've written here that sheathing base. अगर आप उसको leaves को remove करेंगे तो आपको क्या दिखेगा? There is one sheath which is covering those leaves. Likewise, the whole plants develop. So we can say that in case of monocotyledons, the leaves have the sheathing base. इनमें क्या होंगे? Sheathing base होंगे जो कि cover करेंगे. But here in case of dicot, what you can see, the leaves are like this. Okay, the leaves are like this. So on the basis of this we can say it is connected with the petioles. Leaves किससे connected है? Petioles से. अगर आप leaf को pluck करेंगे तो what will happen? You have to break this petiole, right? So this is the difference between monocot leaf and dicot leaf. Now if we'll talk about the venation, okay? Now if we'll talk about the venation. Venation is what? How the veins are arranged or veinlets are arranged on the leaves. In case of monocot, for example, it is a leaf. So what would be the venation? The venation is like parallel. ठीक है, आप देखना wheat, rice, maize सब में आपको कैसा venation देखिएगा? Parallel venation from here up to tip. Okay, but in case of dicot, the venation will be reticulate. For example, so how it will be? It will be like net-like structure. Reticulate का मतलब क्या है कि leaves कैसी होंगी? Net-like appearance with these veinlets, right? So parallel venation in case of monocot, and the leaves can be reticulate venation in case of dicotyledons. Right, and the last one which I have written here, that is one cotyledon and two cotyledon. So one cotyledon is what? Monocot, one cotyledon, and dicot, two cotyledon. If you will see the seed of wheat, okay, अगर आप wheat का seed देखेंगे तो आपको क्या दिखता है? Like this, okay. Here cotyledon is one, which is like this one. In case of monocot, this cotyledon is just like a scutellum. शील्ड शेप का आपको दिखिएगा जो कि एक कॉटिलेडन होगा, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? स्क्यूटेलम. ओके, व्हाट यू विल कॉल? स्क्यूटेलम. बट इन केस ऑफ डाइकॉट वी आर हैविंग प्रॉपर टू डाइकॉट्स. ओके, एग्जांपल्स आर ग्राम सीड, पी सीड. आप कैसे देखते हैं? टू कॉटिलेडन्स आपको अच्छे से दिखाई देती हैं. ओके, सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस. नाउ अनदर वन दैट इज फ्लावर्स. Whenever we are talking about the angiosperms, it means that they are the flowering plant. So how the sexual reproduction takes place? The sexual reproduction takes place with the help of these flowers, and that's why we are saying that these flowers are the reproductive structure. Okay, and these flowers having the different male reproductive organ as well as female reproductive organ. हमें पता है कि sexual reproduction के लिए किसकी जरूरत होती है? There should be two gametes, okay, male gamete as well as female gamete. So these two types of gamete will form where? In their respective sex organ or the reproductive structure. So if this flowers can be what? It can be monoecious or it can be dioecious. Monoecious means that, as we have done, if both the sex organs are present in the same plant, so we are saying that it is a monoecious. But when the reproductive structure present on the different plant, so it will be the dioecious. Okay, same thing we have done unisexual and bisexual, right? Bisexual means that both the reproductive structure present on the same, and unisexual only one sex present in the same plant. Okay, so on the basis of these we have divided into the two parts, male as well as female. And what is the function of male? It will form the male gamete. And what is the function of this female? It will form the female gamete. So now the question arises, how it will form the male gamete and how it will form the female gamete. So first of all, if you will see the male sex organ, what is present in case of flower? Stamen, as well as we are saying एंड्रोशियम ऑल्सो. ओके, मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर प्लांट्स में, फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स में क्या होता है? स्टेमन, और इन द साइंटिफिक लैंग्वेज वी आर सेइंग एंड्रोशियम. ओके, इन 10th grade you must have studied about the different structure of flower: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Calyx is what? Sepals, and corolla petals, and androecium, that stamen part, and the gynoecium, here I am writing gynoecium. Okay, gynoecium is what? It is a female part which is also known as carpel as well as pistil. Now if you will see the male sex organ, it consists of two parts. What are they? Filament, which is a stalk like structure, and in the stalk like structure what is present? Anthers are present. Okay, so this is a male part which is having filament, which is stalk-like structure, and anther is a bilobed structure, right? And in this anther, what will happen? There will be formation of pollen grains. In anthers के अंदर किसकी formation होगी? Pollen grains. And the formation of pollen grain, it is known as microsporogenesis. ओके, जेनेसिस का मतलब क्या होता है? किसी चीज का बनना. एंड व्हाट इज अबाउट द माइक्रोस्पोर्स? माइक्रोस्पोर्स क्या होते हैं? माइक्रोस्पोर्स आर द pollen grain. Okay, so this microspores are nothing. These are the pollen grains. When there will be formation of pollen grains in this anther, this process it is known as microsporogenesis. Right? Up to here. Now another one is the female sex organ. In female sex organ, as we have said, we are saying the carpal, pistil or gynoecium. It is having three parts: stigma, style and ovary. What will be the stigma? This receptive like structure, it is known as stigma, and the stalk like structure, it is known as style, and this sac like structure, it is known as ovary. Okay, so we can say that this part is stigma and this part is style and this part is ovary, and combinedly the whole part it is known as the carpal or the pistil or the gynoecium. Okay, so now what is the role of stigma? The function of stigma is to take the pollen grains, so that there will be, what will happen? Pollen stigma interaction will occur in this stigma. जब भी कोई pollen आएगा वो कहाँ पे attach होगा? In this stigma. But now if we compare the gymnosperms, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में क्या कोई भी इस तरीके का स्ट्रक्चर नहीं था. देयर वर नो स्टिग्मा और स्टाइल. डायरेक्टली व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग देयर? द पोलन ग्रेन्स एंटरिंग थ्रू द माइक्रोपाइल ऑफ द ओवरी. यही हो रहा था. बट हियर व्हाट विल हैपन? द पोलन ग्रेन विल जर्मिनेट इनटू द स्टिग्मा, एंड फ्रॉम हियर व्हाट इट विल डू? इट विल फॉर्म अ पोलन ट्यूब. ओके, यहाँ से क्या करेंगे? पोलन tube, and through the micropylar and it will enter inside the embryo sac. So we can say that this stigma is for the receptivity. Style, it is provide way for going into the embryo sac. And what is ovary? Ovary is a sac like structure inside which what we can see, ovary के अंदर क्या होगा? It will form seed like structure. Okay, so these seeds will form inside this ovary and which is known as ovule. Okay, इस ovary के अंदर क्या प्रोड्यूस होंगे? ovules, and later on these ovule will transformed into the seed. अब जो seed बनेगा वो किसका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होगा? ovule का. and we are saying that seeds are covered from the fruits. अगर seed fruit से cover रहेंगे तो this ovary will later on transformed into the fruit of the plant, right? And here in this ovary, इस ovary में क्या होंगे? Again formation of embryo sac, which is a female gametophyte. Male gametophyte क्या था? Pollen grains or the microspores. And what would be the female gametophyte? It would be the megaspores. So the formation of megaspore or the embryo sac, it is known as megasporogenesis. Okay, and the process of microsporogenesis, sporogenesis कैसे होगा? When there will be division in the microspore mother cells. माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल्स जो कहाँ प्रेजेंट है? एंथर्स में होंगी. वो क्या करेंगी? डिवाइड करेंगी. हाउ? बिकॉज दे हैव टू फॉर्म द हैप्लॉइड वन. इन्हें क्या बनाना है? हैप्लॉइड गैमेट्स बनाने हैं, विच इज pollen grain. So during the meiosis, which would happen into the microspore mother cells. Okay, so I am rubbing it here. So how it will take place? Like this. For example, it is a microspore mother cells which is present where? Into this anther, and this will form what? This will form microspores. अभी microspores कैसे बनेंगे? With the help of meiosis division. Okay, meiosis में क्या होता है? Now it will become haploid, and these microspores are nothing. These are pollen grains. Okay, likewise in the another part which is male part, what it will happen? megaspore mother cell, which is nothing, which is the nucellus part of the female gametophyte, and what it will form? It will form megaspores, and this megaspore is nothing, it is embryo sac. Okay, so here we are getting male gametophyte, and here we are getting female gametophyte. Right? Now, what will happen in case of pollen grains? It will undergo different mitotic division, and due to this, what it will form? It will form 4 microspores, okay, or we can say tetrad microspores, and all the microspores are able to form the pollen grains. इस केस में क्या होगा कि 4 टेट्राड बनेंगे और 4 के 4 टेट्राड्स क्या बनाएंगे? पोलन ग्रेन्स. बट इफ यू विल सी दिस मेगास्पोर, हाउ मेनी इट विल फॉर्म? इट विल फॉर्म 4. ओके, 4 मेगास्पोर, एंड आउट ऑफ 4 3 विल गेट डीजेनरेटेड. 3 क्या हो जाएंगे आपके? डीजेनरेटेड, एंड ओनली 1 विल बी द फंक्शनल. ठीक है, 4 मेगास्पोर बन रहे हैं, इसमें से 3 डिजेनरेट हो जाएंगे और एक क्या रह जाएगा? फंक्शनल वन. एंड दिस फंक्शनल वन विल फॉर्म व्हाट? इट विल फॉर्म द एम्ब्रियो सैक. इसीलिए पोलन्स बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं और एम्ब्रियो सैक क्या है? ओनली 1. सो दिस वन फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर will again undergo what? Mitotic division. Okay? अब ये मेगास्पोर क्या होगा? माइटोटिक डिवीजन करेगा. हियर मेगास्पोर बनने के लिए यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? मियोसिस, रिडक्शनल डिवीजन. मेगास्पोर मदर सेल से मेगास्पोर बनना है, हैप्लॉइड कंडीशन बननी है डिप्लॉइड से, तो क्या होगा? मियोसिस. नाउ आफ्टर फॉर्मिंग दिस मेगास्पोर, दिस विल अंडरगो 3 माइटोटिक डिवीजन. ओके, ये कितने माइटोटिक डिवीजन माइटोटिकली डिवाइड करेगा? 3 टाइम्स. द फर्स्ट माइटोटिक डिवीजन, एंड ड्यू टू दिस व्हाट इट विल फॉर्म? 2 nucleate. It form 2 nucleate stage. Okay, likewise successively it will undergo 2 more mitotic division. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या थे? 1, then 1 2, then 4, then 8. So how many nucleate stage we will get here? 8 nucleate stage will form in the embryo sac. मेगास्पोर क्या है? embryo sac. अब हमारा जो embryo sac होगा, now the embryo sac will be 8 nucleate, and what it is? It is nothing. If you see the embryo sac, right, which is only 1 functional megaspore, and they are having what? They are having 3 this part, and this 3 this part, and 2 polar nuclei. So what would be the, here I am just drawing like this. Okay, so here what it is? It is the egg apparatus. What are they? Egg apparatus. And out of this, in this egg apparatus, what is there? 2 are synergids. This egg apparatus is made up of 2 synergids plus 1 egg cell. एग एपरेटस क्यों कह रहे हैं? इसमें क्या है? 2 synergids हैं और 1 egg cell, right? And these are the polar nuclei, and these upper part, it is known as antipodal cells. What are they? These are the antipodal cells. अगर इस पॉइंट की बात करें, this is the micropylar end, and the opposite pole, it is known as the chalazial end, right? So in the micropylar end we are having egg apparatus, and in the chalazial end we are having antipodal cell. So how many nucleus we are getting here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? So this 8 nucleate stage will form when there will be 2 mitotic division in this embryo sac, which is known as 1 functional megaspore. And comparatively, if you see here in the pollen grains, it will form tetrad. Tetrad means 4, and all 4 will form the microspore. इसमें कोई भी degenerate नहीं होगा, and again it will form the microspores or the pollen grains. Same thing I have written here. Okay, so this is the mechanism. So what we understood from here, that this is the formation of male gametophyte and formation of फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट. अब जब हमारे पास मेल गैमेटोफाइट भी है और फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट भी है, व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट स्टेप? नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या होगा? द नेक्स्ट स्टेप वुड बी द फर्टिलाइजेशन. व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट स्टेप? द नेक्स्ट स्टेप वुड बी द fertilization. But how the fertilization will take place? How the fertilization will take place? When there will be transfer of this pollen grains towards the female structure. तभी तो होगा. So before that, I have not written here, pollination. Pollination is the method by which it is helpful for the fertilization. So pollination is what? The transfer of pollen grains from the male reproductive structure to the female reproductive structure. As we are seeing here, this part is stigma, style and ovary. For example, here I have drawn these male structure which consist of anthers. And what type of flower it is? What type of flower it is? In which both the sexes are present on the same flower. And here, this raw diagram I have drawn here. So what is happening from this anther? Okay, अब ये male part किसी और plant में भी हो सकते हैं. I am assuming here that the male pollen grain will reach up to this stigma. Okay, when it will reach stigma, how it will reach? With the help of some pollinators. Okay, and what are these pollinators? These are the agent through which there would be transfer of the pollen grains. And we know that insects are the best pollinators. Insects क्या होते हैं? Best pollinator. अब जो भी pollen grains यहाँ से बना, insect ने क्या किया? Stigma तक पहुँचा दिया. अब ये हो सकता है कि इसी flower का stigma हो, pollen grain हो, और हो सकता है कि किसी और plant का भी pollen grains stigma में आ सकता है. Okay, and here it will get receptive, and when these pollen grain will reach here, when these pollen grains will reach here, what it will do? It will germinate. Okay, and it will form the pollen tube. Okay, इन्होंने क्या किया? यहाँ पे germinate हो गए और उन्होंने एक pollen tube बना ली. And we know that inside this ovary, this embryo sac is present. Okay, this embryo sac is present, and in which what happens? This part is what? This is the chalazial end, and the lower part is the micropylar end. These are the two polar nuclei. अब अगर pollen grain germinate हो रहा है, and with the help of this pollen tube, ये कहाँ से enter करेगा? It will enter from the micropylar end. ठीक है, हमेशा pollen कहाँ से enter करेगा? Micropylar end से. I'm writing here micropylar end. ये diagram मैंने यहाँ पे draw किया था. So here, when the pollen will reach here with this pollen tube, what will happen? It will fertilize with the egg cell. So here, first of all, we are talking about the pollination, transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma of the female part. Now, after pollination, what would happen? There would be fertilization. And how the fertilization will take place? In case of angiosperm, this fertilization is of double fertilization. ओके, एंजियोस्पर्म्स के केस में कैसा फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है? डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. व्हाइल इन केस ऑफ जिम्नोस्पर्म्स वी हैव डन ओनली फर्टिलाइजेशन वाज देयर. वहाँ पे डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन नहीं था. सो वी कैन से दिस इज अ यूनिक फीचर ऑफ द एंजियोस्पर्मिक प्लांट. सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट हाउ दिस डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन टेक्स प्लेस. अभी डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन कैसे होता है? ओके, इफ यू विल सी द फीमेल पार्ट, ओके, what would happen? That I have said these are the egg apparatus. Okay, and out of them two synergids are there. Two synergids क्या करेंगे? Provide nutrition as well as this sperm. When sperm will come here, in the sperm there have, if you see the pollen grain structure, this part is vegetative part and this one is the generative one. Okay, so inside this tube nucleus they are having two nuclei. Okay, sperm के हमारे पास कितने gametes होंगे? Two. Okay, the first male gamete will combine with what? It will combine with this egg cell. Okay, when the first male gamete will combine with this XL. What it is? Here I have this one and this one is the XL. So what is the process? It is known as syngamy. Syn means marriage as well as of gametes. So यहाँ पे क्या है? ये male gamete as well as this is the female one, and the process it is known as syngamy, and due to this what will happen? There will be formation of zygote. Okay, fusion of male as well as female gamete, it will lead to formation of zygote, and again there will be more division which will form the embryo. Okay, and this embryo will develop into a new sporophytic cell which is known as angiosperms. ये zygote क्या है यहाँ पे? 2n. Okay, and male gamete is n, XL is also haploid which is n. जब दोनों का fission होगा तो क्या होगा? We will get that diploid number, and again when there will be more division it will form diploid, and this embryo will lead to formation of mature angiospermic plant which is diploid in number. हमें पता है कि angiosperms कैसे हैं? Diploid, right? So this is the first part. That's why we are saying double fertilization. Now what would be the next step? What would be the next step? One male gamete combined with the XL, and the another one, the second male gamete, when it would combine with the polar nuclei. Okay, how many polar nuclei? 2 polar nuclei. ठीक है, एक न्यूक्लियस किसका था? मेल गैमेट का, and 2 of this polar nuclei, and what it is happening? It is forming the triploid. Okay, and this triploid is known as PEN. I'm writing here PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. ओके, जब सेकेंड मेल गैमेट, एक मेल गैमेट तो क्या गया इस एक्सेल के पास, जो क्या बना दिया? जाइगोट, and the another male gamete will go towards this polar nuclei, and when it will go with this polar nuclei, what will it form? 3n. ये 3n क्या है? Triploid. Okay, और जाइगोट कैसा था? Diploid, and this endosperm will always be triploid. Okay, and this will not form any embryo or any zygote. ये कोई भी zygote या embryo नहीं बनाएगा. So what is the function of this endosperm? The function of endosperm is that it is providing nourishment to the growing embryo, okay, or the baby embryo. So these endosperm is providing nutrition to this baby, and there will be 2 types of fertilization takes place. It is known as double fertilization. इसी को हम क्या कह देंगे? Double fertilization. Okay, क्योंकि fertilization male gamete 2 times it will get fertilized with the female gametes. Right up to here. So today we have done whole about the angiosperms and what are the general characteristics and how the fertilization will takes place, and after the fertilization there will be formation of embryo, and in this there would be a formation of seed, and as we have done that embryo will form what? It will form the mature plant, and in this plant we are having different structure in which the ovary will form fruit as well as this ovule will transformed into the seed, और यही seed क्या होंगे? इस fruit में covered रहेंगे. Okay, so today we have completed this part. So that's all for today. Thank you.